You might be crypto rich, but can you actually buy a house with it? That may be about to change. The US housing system just took a major step towards crypto adoption. And this could be huge for both real estate and Bitcoin holders. So let's talk about it. But before we do, this is Joe Knows the Cryptos, bringing clarity, not hype, in a fast-moving world of finance. If you're into Bitcoin, altcoins, or how crypto is reshaping the real economy, discussed in simple terms, then hit that like button and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And remember, as always, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm sharing you my journey so you can come along for your entertainment purposes. So let's get into it with that. All right, so let's talk about the big news out of DC right now. Bill Pulte, new head of the FHFA, which is the Federal Housing Financing Agency, just told Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, and those are the big quasi-governmental institutions. Well, actually, they're almost fully governmental institutions since the 2008 meltdown when they were took in conservatorship by the U.S. government, but they've been told how to figure out how to count crypto as an asset for mortgage approval. And that's a big, big deal. So crypto could soon be treated like cash when applying for a loan, not just something you need to sell first, because right now you need to convert it to dollars, which could trigger a tax event, or you won't really benefit from future appreciation if you had to sell it into fiat. So this aligns with President Trump's push to make America the crypto capital of the world. You know, we've just passed a Genius Act through the Senate, and the House, you'll probably pass through the House and get signed by the president, hopefully soon. And we have the Clarity Act coming through. So it's in line with a lot of the initiatives that have been going on with this current presidency. So right now, like I said, only converted crypto held in a U.S. bank can be used for things like down payments or reserves. You can't use crypto for your earnest money, which is the upfront deposit you put on a contract. You can't use it as income. You can't say, well, I get paid in Bitcoin. That's hard to prove in current regulations and guidelines. You can't use it for rental income qualifications. You can only use it if it can be converted into cash, liquidated, and you can prove how that money got into the crypto in the first place in a lot of situations. So this proposed rule would change all that. Crypto could count as reserves without conversion as long as it's held on a U.S. regulated exchange. Now, these rules haven't gone into effect. This is what's being asked to be implemented by the FHFA, who oversees Fannie and Freddie, who are the biggest purchasers of mortgages, so they kind of make the rules. So they're looking at, as long as you hold it they're saying, look, make them hold it on a regulated exchange, so it's U.S. regulated, so we know what's going on with it. They give it some kind of risk discount because, for applied volatility. If you know Bitcoin has a volatility of here, then you're going to have to discount it by a certain amount. So instead of, if there's $100,000 in Bitcoin, and let's say they deem a 20% discount, you can count 80% of it or something like that. No rules have yet been made, but that makes sense to protect the American taxpayer for having to do a bailout if we overvalue these things. There's a lot of volatility, and a lot of foreclosures happens. So there's the volatility rule, have to be held on exchange. And these things, they said to make these rules as soon as reasonably possible, or some kind of language like that. So I anticipate rules. I mean, Fannie and Freddie aren't the fastest, but I anticipate some rules coming out within the next couple months. So if you think about it, this really is a game changer for the market and for crypto holders. It expands access for first-time home buyers, especially those millennials and Gen Zs, because they are disproportionately higher crypto holders. So it also lets crypto-rich buyers keep their assets intact while qualifying for a home. That would be huge. And it's a big leap for crypto legitimacy. If Fannie and Freddie recognize it, that's institutional validation. So it boosts demands for U.S. exchanges, possibly avoids triggering taxable events. Talk with your accountant. I'm not a financial or a tax advisor. And gives crypto real-world use, right? If you can use your crypto to hold it in your bank as collateral to buy a house or something, whatever they come up with, this is good for housing. This is great for crypto, and it shows the U.S. is starting to treat crypto like a first-class financial tool. So what do you think about all this? Will this actually reshape how we buy homes with crypto? So do me a favor, drop a comment down below, smash that like button, and hit subscribe to stay ahead of the curve. And until next time, I'm Joe with Joe Knows the Cryptos, and I'll see you next time.